Good morning, girls. I decided to do this video on comparing fractions because I felt that this wasn't very clear yesterday, and some of you have expressed that are having difficulty doing these questions in your homework. So remember how in class I did a shortcut to compare fractions. If you're having difficulty following that method, then please follow this procedure. So the steps that we need to follow to compare fractions are: first, we need to find the common denominator for all fractions you're going to compare. And we're going to find this common denominator by using lowest common multiple. Then we're going to find the equivalent fractions for all fractions, and then we're going to compare it. So let's do some examples here. Yes, spare me a little bit here, girls, where I get used to writing with this pen again. So examples. So the first example that we're going to use is we're going to compare 3x and 7/16. And we're going to see which one of these fractions is bigger. So we're going to follow the steps that we have here. The first step that we need to do. So we need to find the lowest common multiple between the two denominators, so between 8 and 16. Perfect. So to do that, we have to find the prime factors. Some of you may already have seen what is the lowest common multiple between these two, but I'm going to explain the whole procedure here. So we have a complete example here. So 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2 divided by 2 is going to be 1. Perfect. And then if we have 16 divided by 2 is 8, divided by 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 2, and divided by 2 is 1. Perfect. So we write 8 as a product of its factors, so 2 times 2 times 2, and 16 as a product of its factors, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, I'm going to use this yellow pen. No, better this one, this yellow pen here, to highlight those ones that are common. Perfect. And remember that to find the lowest common multiple, then what we have to do is we write each pair of common only once. So I'm only going to write this one once, once, and once. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 times 2. And this one I have to write as well. Times, because we have to do common and not common. So the common ones, I'm going just to highlight them here. These ones are the common ones. Perfect. And this one is the not common one. Therefore, the lowest common multiple between 8 and 16 is 16. Perfect. So we have our first step there. Now let's continue here. Our second step says that we have to find the equivalent fractions for each fraction. So let's look at this. So 3/8 has to become something over 16. So I go back here into this lowest common multiple and I look at this and I say, okay, I know that this 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So I know that to get to 16, I'm going to multiply this one by 2. So I have to do the same with the numerator. And this one becomes 6/16. Fantastic. This one, I don't have to find the equivalent fraction because it already has the common denominator 16. So now we only have to do step 3, which is going to be compare the two fractions. So the first fraction is 6/16, and the second fraction is it's 7/16. Therefore, this one is greater. So if you then your answer, you're not going to leave it this one 16 as 16 because that's not was the original question. You have to use the original fractions that you were asked. You are 3/8 and 7/16. So you have to do here, okay, 3/8, it's less than 7/16. And this is your answer here. Okay, I'm going to do another video with other examples, but I hope you find this one useful.